Hello guys, it's me again, Inspirational post by Leverson. Today I'm just going to get straight into it. Okay, so what I want to talk about is purpose. And what I mean by that is all of us on this planet who are born, able-bodied or not, we've all got a purpose in life. And the thing that really makes me sad is to see that there are people out here who have got all their working attributes, their body, their arms, their legs, not paralyzed, they've got mobility. And there are people who have unfortunately got some sort of disability. It might be genetic, it might have been where they were actually born like this, but the worst thing about it, a lot of the guys that are unfortunately they've got a sort of a handicap, they've got a disability, they've got everything you would think against them. But then you'll see something very motivational of somebody who hasn't decided to give up. They've just decided to carry on regardless. And why I find this disturbing, that there are people who have got everything but do nothing. And the guys that haven't got everything, they strive, they push themselves to the boundaries, they put themselves out there, and they don't give up. And for me, I find it embarrassing that there are people who have got everything working, that they start complaining, they bitch, they start saying it's somebody else's fault. And how can they say it's somebody else's fault if you look around the world and see what's going on? And then you've got people who are in the third world and they have every single opportunity to hand, but they still turn around and say, well, no, there's a problem, I can't do it because of this reason, because I haven't got enough money, because I don't know where to start, I don't know if it's right for me, if it's the right time. You know what, get over yourself. Get over yourself and take a long, serious look about people that are obviously, they've got a disadvantage, but they push themselves as hard as possible. So how can you turn around now and say that you haven't got the opportunity, and you're already a couple of steps ahead of somebody that hasn't got all their working parts? So I do find it's embarrassment. And what I'm saying about purpose, all you've got to do, this is what I'm saying, all you have to do is to find your talent, find what you're good at, and start something. I don't care if it's skateboarding, I don't care if it's surfing, I don't care if it's sewing, I don't care if it's playing the drums, I don't care if it's singing. You've got something that you can actually go out and start a business with. And then you can't turn around and say, well, I haven't got an opportunity. You have got the opportunity. Just by looking at yourself, you know, long and hard, by putting yourself in front of a mirror and making yourself accountable, you have everything going for you. But I'm putting it down to being completely lazy. That's the purpose of somebody else doing nothing is pure and utter laziness. Because there are people out there that can give you a helping hand if you don't think that you can actually, if you haven't got the experience. It doesn't matter if you haven't got the experience. You start the experience by starting the experience. This is what we do in this world. This is what we do in life. We build up our resolve by saying, right, now is the time for me to actually push and push hard and make everything that I say is going to be absolutely spot on, and everything's just going to be purely, everyone's going to be purely great, everything's going to be purely amazing. I'm not going to stop just because somebody else is telling me that I have to. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all, because you can't. Of course you can. Of course you can, and you know you can. So I know for a fact, for the foremost, it comes down to you having the right 100% attributes to say, today is the day I get off my lazy arse, I pick myself up, I find out what the hell I'm good at, and I now go and put that plan into action. You can't complain. How can you complain? And there are people out there that are absolutely making you look like the lazy fool that you are, because you can't then turn around and say that, oh, well, I've left it too late. No, you haven't left it too late. There are people that have started businesses in their late 70s and they've made it successful. It just comes down to drive and determination. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to drive, determination, and making sure that you just put your one foot in front of the other and you say, today is the day that I'm going to make a difference. Today is the day that I'm going to stop embarrassing myself. Today is the day that I'm just going to make sure that I am the one that everybody looks to and say, you know what? He used to be a lazy arse, but now look at him, or look at her. Now they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do. If it's somebody who can't get themselves out of bed, they're making the small changes by making that effort. And that's all it is. It's just an effort, and it's just a mindset. If you can't get yourself out of bed in the morning, there's something wrong with you. This beautiful world. Look at it. Look at this. Not the fence, man-made, but everything that's around us. It's given us every opportunity to start something. I don't know what it is for you, but you know what it is. I know what it is for me. And I just put one foot in front of the other. I never thought that I'd be selling pancakes in my life. I never thought it. Never in a million years. But because of opportunity and because of me seeing something, and then I said, right, I'm going to start this. And that's all I said. It was just me seeing something else, and I said, I'm going to start it. And what did I do? I started it. Yes, it took time, and yes, it still does take time, and yes, there are still a few more things that I have to get, like my horse box, and then it'll be a premises. But I know that it comes down to me. No one else is going to hand it to me. And why should they? If I see people out there, and I look at people, and that's what I said when I was talking about this the other day, when I says, you know what, I people watch, and I love looking at people. And the reason why I love looking at people, because you'll see a lot when you look at somebody. You will see how amazing people actually are. And if you look behind me now, if you take a look at the houses that I'm going past now, they're absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and big and massive. And you know what? You too can have something like this, but you're not going to get it by moaning and complaining and letting somebody else get it, and then you say, oh, they were lucky. No, they weren't lucky. They just had a plan, and they put that plan in action. That's what it comes down to. They had a purpose, they had a desire and a burning desire, because nobody in the Western world, should be living poor. We should not be living just to make ends meet. We should be pushing ourselves every single day that we're alive, because it is an absolute privilege that we are alive on this planet, because we were the lucky ones, apparently we're the ones that came through out of all those other sperm. So how can we not be privileged? How then can we turn around and say that to somebody else? Oh, well, it wasn't me, it was somebody else, it weren't my fault. It was no, not at all. Don't give me excuses. And that's what it is. People are built to make excuses, which is horrible. As I said, if you see somebody else who hasn't got all their limbs, and they're in a wheelchair, and they're pushing themselves to limits, and they're making themselves a new person, a new being. Obviously, when they found out what happened to them if they weren't born like this, and you do look around and you think they've had all the cards against them. But then you look and you see what they're doing, and you realise that it's their spirit, because they're not letting anything stop them. And why should they? Because I just feel that it's an embarrassment to be on this planet if you're not doing anything worthwhile, if you're not doing anything to make your mark and to say, I was here, and then passing things on to your children. Or if you haven't got any children, but just passing things on to other generations of like-minded people. And this is what, if you can help somebody else because you've motivated them, you've inspired them, that is a massive help. That is the greatest help that sometimes you can give. It doesn't have to be money. What people love to see, they like to see other people striving and pushing themselves as hard as possible. Because I tell you what, we're sometimes a nation of sitting down and watchers. We'll sit down and watch the Olympics. We'll sit down and watch the golf. We'll sit down and watch the football, the World Cup. We'll sit down and watch the basketball, American football, any sport that you want, even down to the swimming or bowls, even darts. And then we all sit down and complain and say, oh, well, we don't complain, but we look at somebody else and we say, wow, I wish I could do that. Yes, you can. You've got a body. You can do it. You might not be able to do it on that level, but you can build something. You can build something more or less to a scale that's sufficient for you, that's good for you, where you're earning a nice little income, instead of saying, wow, look at them, look at what they're doing. No, and you could do this too. But we always like to point the finger at somebody else and, oh, we didn't have the opportunity. Yes, you have got the opportunity. I've built something from nothing, and I'm still building it, and I won't give up. I could die tomorrow, but at least I'll give it a go, and I'll keep giving it a go, and I'm not going to stop until I reach my goal. And I'm looking at other people as well to come together, the like-minded ones, to help other people realise their true potential, just realise their dreams, realise their ambition. But the first things first is you're the one who's going to have to make sure that you are doing the best that you can, to say, today's the day where I'm definitely going to make that start. I'm finding my true purpose. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find my true purpose, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get where I need to get to. Nothing is easy, but just take a look around at other people and see where they are and see what they're doing. And all I can say is, anybody that's disabled, anybody that hasn't got every function working in their body, and they're doing something worthwhile, you know what? I take my hat off to you. and I bow down to you, and well done, and just keep it going because you are a massive inspiration. But so on that note, inspirational post by Leverson, daily, building up, building a community, and I'll see you guys in Costa Rica in 5 years with the rest of us. So I'll see you soon. Take care on this Saturday, and all the best. God bless, and I'll see you later on. Take care. Bye.